If you are on the go and you must stop at a Chick-fil-A, here are your top 3 item combinations and your worst 3 options for your health and fitness goals. Yo guys, it's Mackenzie from SciFit, and today we are talking about eating fit on the fly. If you are on the go and you must stop at a Chick-fil-A, here are your top 3 item combinations and your worst 3 options for your health and fitness goals. As always, we will start with rock bottom and work our way up from there. Rock bottom option number 1 is the Spicy Deluxe with medium waffle fries. This option has 970 calories with 49 grams of fat, over 2 grams of sodium, 92 grams of carbs with 13 grams of sugar, and 5 grams of fiber with 38 grams of protein. About half the calories in this combination come from fat, and over a third of the calories come from carbs. Together, fat and carbs make up 80% of the total calories for this combination. Salty and filling, but hardly what I would call lean. Rock bottom option number 2 is the spicy chicken sandwich plus the waffle potato chips. This option has 680 calories with 32 grams of fat, just under 2 grams of sodium, 70 grams of carbohydrates with 6 grams of sugar, and 4 grams of fiber with 31 grams of protein. Again, this option has over 80% of its calories coming from fat and carbohydrates. Filling, but not exactly fit. However, it does carry about 30% less calories than rock bottom option number 1. Lastly, rock bottom option number 3 is the Chicken Deluxe plus the mac and cheese. This option contains 950 calories with 51 grams of fat, nearly 3 grams of sodium, 72 grams of carbohydrates with 10 grams of sugar, and 5 grams of fiber with 52 grams of protein. This option is nearly calorically the same as rock bottom option number 1. However, this option does have more protein and thus is the only option so far that doesn't have over 80% of its total calories coming from carbs and fat. Still not exactly fit. These 3 combinations all have similar macronutrient balances that exceed a 1 to 2 gram protein to fat ratio. 2 of the combinations were almost at a 1 to 3 gram ratio. Choosing combinations like this will require that you either offset with a reciprocally balanced meal later, or you can just enjoy this as a cheat meal and worry about it later. Choice is completely yours.
Let's get Chick-fil-A and not tell anybody.
Now, let's talk about what your best 3 item combinations are. Fast and Fit option number 1 has the 12-piece grilled nugget paired with the vegetarian market salad. This option has 410 calories with only 16 grams of fat, less than 1 gram of sodium, 26 grams of carbs with 13 grams of sugar, and 5 grams of fiber with 45 grams of protein. Nearly half of the calories in this option come from protein, and only about 20% of the calories come from carbs. You are still getting 5 grams of fiber at half the calorie cost of rock bottom option number 1 and 3 to put that in perspective. This is by far the best option combination you can get at Chick-fil-A, period. Fast and Fit option number 2 is the grilled chicken wrap plus a side salad. This option combination has 510 calories with 23 grams of fat, just over 1 gram of sodium, 42 grams of carbs with 6 grams of sugars, and 18 grams of fiber with 48 grams of protein. Slightly less protein and more fat than Fast Fit option number 1, but about the same percentage of carbohydrates. It also packs an amazing fiber punch with 18 grams, or about half of what you need in a day in one meal. This is also a fantastic option for eating fit. Fast and Fit option number 3 is the grilled chicken sandwich plus the large fruit cup. This option has 390 calories with just 6 grams of fat, a little over half a gram of sodium, 58 grams of carbs with 22 grams of sugars, and 7 grams of fiber with 29 grams of protein. So this option has the least amount of protein of any of the options covered today, but still has almost a third of its total calories coming from protein. It also has the least amount of fat of any of the options we covered today. Over half its calories come from carbs, and that's to be expected considering the buns and the amount of fruit. This is an easy meal to have and balance the rest of your day accordingly. These combinations had a ratio of protein to fat that is closer to 2 to 1. They also had a protein to carb ratio that is closer to 2 to 1. The last one is still a great option because of the extremely low fat content, even though the ratio of protein to carbs is closer to 1 to 2. It's fairly easy to be able to eat fit at Chick-fil-A with the amount of options for combinations they have for you. Remember, when we are eating on the go, it's about two things: prioritizing protein and avoiding the big three: sugar, saturated fat, and anything fried. Now you know how to eat fit on the fly.